Sonic Unleashed might be the most glazed Sonic game that I've ever seen. I can't scroll the internet without someone talking about how great this game is and how it's better than every other Sonic game. And I will say, it's a pretty good game somewhat. However, I think it is the most overrated Sonic game of all time, and I'm gonna tell you why in a bit. But also, while you are here, make sure you tell me your favorite Sonic game in the comments. I'd like to read all of those, and let me know what you think of Sonic Unleashed, your personal opinion. And also drop a thumbs up on this video by liking. You help support this channel in the algorithm and drive more discussions like this. Now, Sonic Unleashed released in 2008. This game is also known as Sonic World Adventure, and it was the first major Sonic release coming off of the disastrous Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. So the stigma around the Sonic franchise was at an all-time high at this point. 06 really did irreparable damage to Sonic that I think only now it has fully washed its hands off with having success with the movies and Shadow Generations and Sonic Frontiers being big hits. I think only now the franchise has fully recovered from 06. But going back to Unleashed, I think that it was unfairly looked at by a lot of people at the time. It had some average and negative reviews at the time of release, and then in recent years there's been a large trend and movement talking about the fact that Sonic Unleashed was always good. A lot of people campaigned and advocated for this game, and I think that's good. I thought the highlights of Unleashed were incredibly high. The atmosphere, the vibe, the aesthetics have yet to be topped in my opinion. However, all this glazing is getting out of control, and it is now painting Sonic Unleashed in a way that is making its fan base come across as very annoying. Yes, it is a good game, but it is far from perfect. Some people will have you believe that it is the best Sonic game ever, and I don't think so. I think that's objectively wrong. And the main reason why I say that, and I'm sure all of you know this by now, is because of the WEREHOG. The WEREHOG ruins everything. The WEREHOG is not fun. By day you are rolling around at the speed of sound, you Sonic the Hedgehog, right? Then, you know, the new Hedgehog engine debuts in this game, and it's our first taste of 3D Boost Sonic, and I love it. If this was a game without the WEREHOG and more of the Sonic fun, I would hold it in much higher regard. But the WEREHOG brings everything down. The stages are longer and you solve these boring puzzles. He's slow and for some reason has stretchy arms, and the platforming is pretty janky at times. And of course there's the combat. Now, I love beat 'em up games and hack and slash games as much as anyone, but this is not good. I don't think this style fits Sonic particularly well. I don't think that it is well executed. I feel like anyone who likes the WEREHOG combat doesn't have a lot of experience of games in this genre. Like, if I wanted to play a game with a combat system like this, I'd go play an actual good game like God of War or Devil May Cry or something like that. Not whatever this is. Funny enough though, I don't have a problem with the battle music. I think that that's a banger song. Like, I mean, 1 minute you're bored, you're slogging through these stages, you're about to fall asleep so that you can get to the actual Sonic stages, and then all of a sudden I love that song. I think they wanted to give Sonic a more detailed combat catalog than... I think if they wanted to give Sonic a more detailed combat catalog, then I quite like what they did for Sonic Frontiers. A lot of those attacks were speed based and revolve around his powers and abilities. Side note, I was only gonna talk about the WEREHOG, but let's also talk about the Sun and Moon medals. If you don't have enough Sun or Moon medals, you can't progress through the game and unlock more stages and locations. You can find these in the hub world or the side quests, but also in the stages themselves, meaning that if you are short on Sun medals, you might have to replay stages, which is fine if you are the Hedgehog, but then that would mean more WEREHOG, which also makes this the worst game ever. Not really, but I really dislike having to put myself through the bore fest that is the WEREHOG multiple times. But yeah, the WEREHOG is really something that muddies the water for Sonic Unleashed for me. I love the day stages so much, but I dread replaying this game because I know that I have to play the WEREHOG to progress, and I'm not willing to do that because I'll probably fall asleep. And Unleashed fans will walk around and tell you that it's this perfect masterpiece, including the WEREHOG stages, and I just have to disagree. I think that is a very ludicrous statement. The only thing that I like about the WEREHOG stages is that they have really good music, and I like the visuals of the environments and the surroundings. The WEREHOG ruins the entire experience of the game and its pacing. Otherwise though, I think Sonic Unleashed is pretty good, pretty solid, and I can see why people love it so much, but I don't understand the praise for the nighttime stages so much. Maybe because I've played better games with the similar style and it doesn't feel like Sonic to me. If it just released as Sonic World Adventure without the WEREHOG stages, I think that Sonic Unleashed would have been a perfect 10, but unfortunately this is a major flaw that I find with the game that prevents me from wanting to go back and replay it as often. Those are my thoughts on why Sonic Unleashed has no replay value. If you wanna know my thoughts on Sonic Frontiers, you can click the video on screen, or you can check out one of my other many Sonic videos also. Take care, thanks for watching, peace out, like and subscribe.